Today in Grow a Garden in Roblox, we are going to talk about trading seeds because the trading update is just days away, coming out this Saturday, and there's a rumor that we will be able to trade seeds. So if this information is useful to you, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button. Become part of the first 200k OGs because we're growing more than 10,000 subs a day and you're going to run out of time. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I love plants, especially huge plants. And as such, I love seeds and I've done a lot of research on this topic. But remember, we have no way to know for sure what seeds are worth because unlike pets, I have no websites to go and look at to compile data to make a decision. So this tier list is strictly what I feel is going to be worth the most. We will find out that information next week after trading has been out for a while. So this is my tier list going from SS tier all the way down to D tier, and the seeds I chose are what I feel are going to be pretty much the only seeds to have any kind of trading value. I mean, clearly there's no point putting the simple carrot on here. No one's going to want to trade for a carrot. And the first seed we're going to look at is the beanstalk. Now, personally, I love the beanstalk. I have a single huge beanstalk. I want even more beanstalk seeds, but they've been around for so long and there are so many of them out there that people aren't going to want to trade for them. Of all the most expensive seeds in the game, the beanstalk is definitely down in the D tier. Its fruits just aren't worth that much to use and build and mutate and to sell. After that, we have the burning bud. Now, before I've had the burning bud ranked fairly high, but now burning buds have been out for a while. They've been in the seed shop multiple times. And even on Saturday admin abuse events, he stocks them like crazy. So I'm going to bring these down to the I'm really debating. I'm thinking the B tier. Personally, I'm trying to grow a huge one, and so far I have one that seems to be decent at 79% grown, but other than that, I have seen burning buds climb all the way into the sky. But after that, they're just not as valuable as they once were, and they're far more common than they used to be, so they've dropped down to the A tier. Then we have the dragon pepper, and I feel like people missed out on the dragon pepper since it was in seed packs and very rare at that. I think the dragon pepper is going to have some trade value as collectors go to try and collect all the missing things they have. I think I only managed to get like one dragon pepper that entire event. The same thing kind of goes for the elephant ears. Another one only found in seed packs for the week or two it was available, and now you can't acquire them anymore. It's one of those weird looking plants that people might just want to acquire for their collections. I think personally I've only managed to snag one of these things. Then we have the giant pine cone. This thing used to be the new hotness. Used to be S tier because everybody was all excited about the giant pine cone, but it has been usurped, and we'll get into that. And for that reason, I'm putting it down into the bottom of A tier. Like even me, I have about 6 or 7 giant pine cones now, which refuse to grow huge, and it makes me frustrated. But they're kind of okay and they're kind of new, so people might want to trade for them. We're just going to have to wait and see. After that, we have probably the worst of all of the quote-unquote expensive fruits in the game, and that is the amber lily. The amber lily has been out for a long time. They're common as dirt. They take up so much room in your plot. They're not worth that much, and they are ugly to look at. I hate those things. Now, the exact opposite is the fossil light. And I'm putting this up into the S tier in terms of desirability. The fossil light was only found in seed packs, and you can no longer acquire those seed packs. And the tree is stunning and very unique. I did manage to grow a huge fossil light. I'm definitely going to want to have to grab more because look at the beautiful glowing leaves and the beautiful bright vibrant blue. It's such a unique tree. As such, I think the fossil light is actually going to have some trade value. But you know what's not going to have a whole lot of trade value? This hive plant found during the B event, but I'm putting it in the seeds here because it's been quite some time since that event. And as such, many new players are not going to have access to this fruit and might want to have it for their collection, so it might have a little bit of trade value. Now, what will have a decent chunk of trade value is the horned dino shroom, but the only reason I'm putting it down in seeds here is because it's quite plentiful. I mean, I'm not biased or anything. I didn't grow a $12 trillion horned dino shroom stretching all the way up to the skybox, as you can see up there. So because of the blood hedgehog method, the horned dino shroom is definitely going to have some value moving forward. The only problem is you really only need one once you're done, though the more horned dino shrooms you get to start the method, the faster you get the huge one. So it's probably still going to have some trade value. Then we have the sugar apple, which used to be the new hotness, but is no longer the new hotness. And it's kind of a decent looking tree and the fruit's kind of a little bit valuable. I'm going to put this in the A tier, again, because it's one of those rare fruits in the seed packs that have rotated out you can no longer get access to. It's decent. It's okay. I just wish it was a bit of a bigger tree with a bit better looking leaves, like a traditional red maple. It doesn't quite look like it. Then we have the moon blossom. I think the moon blossom is gonna be desirable because I don't think people have the moon blossom. That event was so long ago. I mean, it's no candy blossom, but the moon blossom people want to get just because they can say, hey, I have one. It's a collector's item, and there's not a whole lot to go around, and they're pretty old. Now, the bone blossom. This is an interesting situation. I'm gonna put this into the S tier. But this is before we really know how many are out there. The funny thing about the Bone Blossom event was the fact that you could technically infinitely farm them for forever with those 2 quests that reset every time you completed them. As such, there may be a fair amount of Bone Blossoms out there. And while they're really valuable with the highest base value in the game, and as such people want them, there may be a fair amount of them. So we're gonna have to wait and see just how this shakes out once trading happens. I mean, in my garden, I'm sitting on 5 huge ones with a 6th one trying to turn huge, and my alt has like 5 or 6 of them. So there's a lot of them around. Now we have the moon mango. I'm gonna put the moon mango down in the B tier because I think some people missed out on it back in the day. And some people also mixed out when it was back in the shop with the B event. And the trees look kind of cool and they're fairly unique and they might have a little bit of trade value just from collectors once again. After that, we have the moon melon. And I'm actually going to put this up towards the bottom of A tier. And this isn't because there isn't a ton of them around. I mean, even I got a bunch in the last event. But people do love them the moon melon method. They love their moon melon, they love their moon cats, and they like seeing those massive moon melons lying on the ground. So because of that, because of all the content made around the moon melon, because of all the hype around the moon melon, I think lots of the audience, lots of younger audiences, lots of people are just gonna want them to grow their own massive moon melons. Now the nectar thorn was really overlooked when it was available. And then we found out that they could grow gargantuan with blood hedgehogs and be exceptionally valuable. So because it was overlooked and then discovered later to be really valuable, they're way up here. I, for one, want to trade for some nectar thorns. I don't have any nectar thorns, and I don't know many people who do, and now they're super valuable. So they're going to trade fairly well. Now, the spiked mango is one of the current new rare fruits you can get. Problem is, more and more of them are coming out of the shop. People are refreshing the shop over and over and over to try and acquire Zen eggs. And as such, this spiked melon keeps popping up in the shop from time to time, and multiple people are sitting on multiples of these. So I'm putting this down in the B tier. It's good. It's solid. It does work with the blood hedgehog method, but it's becoming more common than I expected. And the sugar apple I'm putting down to the C tier because it is solid, but man, is it common. My farm, how do I word this correctly? My tranquil and corrupted Zen farm is sitting on about 20 to 30 sugar apple trees. Why? Because it has been restocked multiple times and they're everywhere. So I don't think it's going to have a whole lot of value. Now, what will have a ton of value is the sunflower. People love growing giant sunflowers. They're very valuable. They can get the Dawnbound mutation. I'm not going to quite put it up in the SS tier. I'm going to put it down in the S tier. I was considering the SS tier, but I think it's valuable, but I think other plants have outgrown it and outshone it in terms of value. I, for sure, am going to get my hands on some sunflowers. I have not been able to get any. After that, we have the traveler's fruit. And that's one of those pack fruits with a small % chance to get. I'm going to put it in the A tier with the other ones. I don't know which way this thing's going to go. It may even drop down to the B because they're not that valuable in terms of shekels, but they're really rare. Again, a lot of these values we really have to wait and see, especially if we even get seed trading. Let's hope. Now, we are on to the interesting part of our tier list. Candy Blossom is easily an S tier trading chip. If you are a lucky person who has a Candy Blossom tree, or an even luckier person who has multiple Candy Blossom trees, you are in luck. Use a reclaimer, pick up your tree, turn it into a seed, and then offer that thing on trading's discords once trading is available, and watch what people are going to be willing to offer you. The Candy Blossom is become this mythical creation, and it's part of the lore of Grow a Garden. So if you have a Candy Blossom, congrats. Let's just wait and see how much people are willing to give you for their own Candy Blossom tree. Then we have the 2 new seeds in the game. And you're going to be a little bit surprised by this, but when you think about it logically, you're not going to be that surprised. This one, the Tranquil Bloom, you find in the event. I believe it is the seed pack. No, the Kitsune chest. But this strawberry is found in the seed shop. As such, the strawberry is going to be at the top of S tier, And this Tranquil Bloom is going to be the top of A tier. And that might be super confusing to you. You'd figure that the thing found in a chest at a random percent of its time would be higher than the thing found in the seed shop. But because everybody, and I mean everybody, is farming for corrupted kitsunes, especially using the corrupted kitsune method I mentioned in the previous day, hundreds of thousands of people have seen the corrupted kitsune farm method. And as such, so many of those Tranquil Blooms are popping into people's inventories as they try and get that kitsune that it's going to flood the market if it's ever tradable. Versus that strawberry that's brand new, and I don't even know if it's been in the seed shop at all. And that brings us down to this really strange looking icon. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is the Super Seed. And the Super Seed is an S tier item. In terms of whether it'll be worth more than a candy blossom, I have no idea. This is what the Super Seed looks like, and you find it in the store. You open up your shop and you scroll down to the Forever Pack and you'll find it in here. More often than not, this stupid seed is so deep in that Forever Pack, you're gonna spend like 2,000 or 3,000 Robux to acquire it. But sometimes it's randomly towards the front of the seed pack and you may get it for like 20 Robux, 100 Robux, or 200 Robux. And what does it do? When you plant it, you get a random seed to be rainbow or gold, not the fruit, the entire plant. This is the rarest seed in the game, not only because it's so hard to get in the real life Robux shop, but because those who do acquire it plant it immediately, hoping to get a crazy rainbow plant. So the number of people who are holding on to the seed by itself are so few. And if you're wondering what seeds you can get rainbow or gold, what plants, it is anything in the seed shop, including the brand new Elder Strawberry Seed, the Pine Cone, the Burning Bud. Imagine a rainbow burning bud. Imagine a rainbow beanstalk. That's what makes the Super Seed so valuable. Hopefully this useful video was, well, useful to you. If it was, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become part of the first 200K OGs, guys. And as always, thank you very much for watching.